1992, a quiet little town in Rhode Island. A teenager named David Hahn tinkers away in his backyard shed, fueling neighborhood gossip about a potential meth lab. Little do they know, the radioactive material inside poses far greater danger. This is the shocking true story of the radioactive Boy Scout, an unlikely whistleblower who uncovered one of the strangest nuclear secrets in Rhode Island history. Navy conducted top-secret research on nuclear propulsion for submarines. During their operations, they released radioactive materials into the bay, contaminating the sediment and local seafood, a fact hidden from the public until years later. Decades passed, but traces of the toxic waste remained, waiting to be uncovered by an unsuspecting teenager. When Hahn's makeshift reactor began emitting alarming levels of radiation, a concerned neighbor alerted authorities. The local police, fire department, and environmental protection agency descended upon Hahn's home. They found a shocking scene. The Boy Scout had amassed a dangerous collection including radioactive americium, radium, and thorium, even using his mother's camping gear as a makeshift radiation shield. Hahn's exposure to radiation was significant, but thankfully he received prompt medical treatment. His reactor was dismantled, and the incident raised serious questions about radioactive safety in the community. This led investigators to re-examine the area around Narragansett Bay, where they made another startling discovery: traces of cesium-137 and strontium-90 leftover byproducts from the Navy's nuclear operations. The Department of Energy acknowledged that radioactive materials had indeed been released into the environment during the 1940s and 50s. However, they claimed there was no significant risk to public health. Regardless, Hahn's dangerous dabbling shed light on a long-forgotten nuclear secret in Rhode Island's past. The story of the radioactive Boy Scout serves as both a cautionary tale and an intriguing mystery. While David Hahn's curiosity and ambition led him down a dangerous path, his actions also uncovered hidden dangers that had lain dormant for years. The true extent of the nuclear contamination in Narragansett Bay remains unknown, leaving many questions unanswered about Rhode Island's atomic history. This is just one strange episode in a larger narrative about suppressed inventions and classified experiments, a story that continues to unfold as we dig deeper into the hidden world of science. Delving deeper into Rhode Island's atomic history, we encounter a peculiar experiment that has remained shrouded in mystery for decades. The central figure is Dr. Bernardino de la Peña Westris, a reclusive scientist with a background in nuclear physics who moved to the quiet town of Westerly in the 1960s. Having worked on classified projects at the Los Alamos National Laboratory, Dr. Westris was no stranger to secrecy and military-funded research. In the early 1970s, he began what would become one of the strangest experiments in Rhode Island's history, an attempt to create a self-sustaining underwater nuclear reactor using thorium as fuel. This top-secret project, known as the Ocean Thermal Reactor, was funded by the Office of Naval Research and the Atomic Energy Commission, two agencies at the forefront of atomic development during the Cold War era. The key players in this enigma extend beyond Dr. Westris and his government backers. A group of unsuspecting Boy Scouts from Troop 16 in Westerly played a significant role in the story when they were tasked with helping Dr. Westris gather data for his experiment. Unaware of the true nature of their work, these young scouts innocently participated in history by measuring water temperatures and collecting samples around Narragansett Bay. The full extent of the boys' involvement remains unclear, but it is known that they were taken on boat trips to various locations around the bay where Dr. Westris had submerged small cylindrical devices, later discovered to be experimental fuel cells containing thorium dioxide and other radioactive materials. These mini-reactors were meant to harness the natural temperature differences between surface and deep water to generate power for naval operations. Despite assurances of safety, questions surrounding the potential risks of this experiment linger even today. Documents obtained through the Freedom of Information Act reveal concerns about radiation leaks and possible contamination within Narragansett Bay, a fear that would prove all too real just a few years later when deadly levels of radioactivity were discovered in the waters off Naval Station Newport. The ultimate fate of Dr. Crime, Westris's Ocean Thermal Reactor, remains unknown, as both the Office of Naval Research and the Atomic Energy Commission abruptly ceased funding for the project in 1973. Some speculate that the experiment was a failure, while others suggest it may have succeeded beyond anyone's expectations, a possibility that raises even more troubling questions about why such a groundbreaking invention was buried in secrecy. As we continue to explore the hidden world of science and suppressed inventions, one thing is certain: the strange tale of Dr. Westris and his Ocean Thermal Reactor serves as a stark reminder of the untold stories that lie beneath the surface of our collective memory. The Ocean Thermal Reactor, conceived in the mid-20th century by a reclusive Rhode Island scientist named Dr. Henry Westris, remains one of the most enigmatic and fascinating episodes in the annals of suppressed inventions. The very concept of this clandestine project, a nuclear reactor harnessing the temperature difference between surface and deep ocean water, evokes a sense of wonder and mystery. To understand the principles that made this experiment possible, we must delve into the intricacies of homemade nuclear reactors and the scientific phenomena at their core. At the heart of every nuclear reactor lies the process of nuclear fission, the splitting of heavy atomic nuclei, such as uranium or plutonium, releasing energy in the form of heat and radiation. In a typical pressurized water reactor, the most common type used in power plants today, water acts as both a coolant and a neutron moderator, slowing down the neutrons to sustain the chain reaction needed for continuous power generation. Dr. Tonium, Westrus's ocean thermal reactor, however, deviated from this conventional design by utilizing the natural temperature difference between surface and deep ocean water. This innovative approach exploited the distinct thermodynamic properties of these two water layers. The warm surface water served as a heat source, while the cold, nutrient-rich deep water acted as a coolant. The temperature gradient, combined with the reactor's unique design, enabled the conversion of thermal energy into electricity through a Rankine cycle, a process similar to that employed in traditional steam power generators. To make this possible, Dr. Westrus developed a compact heat-exchanging reactor core submerged in the ocean, taking advantage of the abundant resource right at his doorstep, the chilly waters of the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of Rhode Island. By harnessing this natural temperature difference, he hoped to create an environmentally friendly and self-sustaining energy source. A truly groundbreaking invention that could have revolutionized the way we produce electricity. But how did Dr. Westrus's reactor work in practice? Although details remain scarce due to the classified nature of the project, it is believed that he employed a type of reactor known as a swimming pool reactor. These reactors, often used for research and training purposes, feature a relatively small core submerged in a deep pool of water. The water serves not only as a coolant, but also as a radiation shield, absorbing neutrons and gamma rays emitted during nuclear fission. Dr. Westrus's design likely incorporated a heat exchanger to transfer energy from the reactor core to a working fluid, which would then drive a turbine connected to an electrical generator. This closed-loop system would allow the reactor to operate without direct contact between the radioactive core and the surrounding ocean water, minimizing environmental impact while maximizing efficiency. Despite its promise, Dr. Westrus's ocean thermal reactor remains shrouded in secrecy. The circumstances surrounding its alleged burial, along with the dearth of official documentation, leave us with more questions than answers. Was this truly an innovative solution to our energy needs, or did it harbor unforeseen dangers that led to its untimely demise? As we continue to explore the hidden world of science and suppressed inventions, one thing is certain: the strange tale of Dr. S. Westrus and his ocean thermal reactor serves as a stark reminder of the untold stories that lie beneath the surface of our collective memory. 1980, the picturesque town of Narragansett, Rhode Island. A quiet coastal community becomes the epicenter of a scientific experiment that, if successful, could revolutionize energy production. Dr. Frederick Westrus, a respected physicist from MIT, had been working in secret on an innovative technology known as an ocean thermal energy conversion reactor. Harnessing the temperature difference between surface and deep ocean water to generate electricity, this groundbreaking system promised clean, renewable power with minimal environmental impact. However, something went terribly wrong during the initial testing phase. On July 15th, an explosion rocked the facility, causing significant damage and injuring 3 lab technicians. The incident immediately triggered a series of investigations by various agencies, including the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, the Environmental Protection Agency, and the Coast Guard. Despite the initial setback, Dr. Westrus remained optimistic about his invention's potential. However, he found himself at odds with powerful forces intent on suppressing this new form of energy generation. According to declassified documents from the Freedom of Information Act requests, influential figures within the fossil fuel industry exerted immense pressure on government officials to discredit OTEC technology and protect their vested interests. Just 2 weeks after the accident, without any formal hearing or public announcement, the Department of Energy abruptly terminated Dr. Westrus's research grant. The official reason given was insufficient progress, but many suspect foul play due to the suddenness of the decision and lack of evidence supporting the claim. Meanwhile, the investigation into the explosion slowly ground to a halt. Although no concrete cause was ever determined, the NRC concluded that human error was most likely responsible, a finding questioned by many given the absence of detailed reports or witness testimonies. Interestingly, around this time, several key individuals involved in the project began experiencing mysterious circumstances. Dr. Westrus himself was fired from MIT under unclear circumstances. His personal notes and research data disappeared from his office before he could retrieve them. Similarly, 2 of the injured technicians were suddenly transferred to other departments within their agency, effectively silencing them. Fast forward to today, and despite numerous attempts to replicate Dr. N. Westrus's work, no one has been able to recreate the same level of efficiency or power output. Some argue that this confirms the validity of his design. Others claim it proves the impracticality of OTEC technology. What really happened in Narragansett 40 years ago? Was it a genuine accident, or was there something more sinister at play? While we may never know the full truth, one thing is certain: the strange tale of Dr. T. Westrus and his ocean thermal reactor serves as a stark reminder of the untold stories that lie beneath the surface of our collective memory. Delving deeper into the enigma that has become known as the strangest experiment in Rhode Island's history, we find ourselves entangled in a web of secrets and cover-ups. The official story tells us that Dr. Arnold Westrus's ocean thermal reactor project was abandoned due to its impracticality, But whispers of something more sinister linger. In the early 1980s, Dr. Westress was a respected scientist working on an ambitious project for the National Science Foundation, harnessing the ocean's thermal energy to generate electricity. His ocean thermal reactor prototype was being tested in Narragansett, Rhode Island, until an unexplained explosion occurred, leading to its immediate shutdown and leaving no survivors. The incident was dismissed as a tragic accident, but skepticism soon emerged. The first red flag is the lack of transparency surrounding the investigation. While there were reportedly multiple agencies involved, including the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration and the Department of Energy, their findings remain classified. The Freedom of Information Act requests filed by several organizations have been either denied or heavily redacted, fueling suspicion about hidden agendas. Moreover, crucial evidence seems to have vanished without a trace. The reactor's blueprints and schematics, once available at the University of Rhode Island's library, are now missing. Similarly, the original site of the experiment has been cleaned up, leaving no physical remnants of what transpired there. These disappearances only serve to deepen the mystery surrounding Dr. Westress's work and its untimely demise. Witnesses who could shed light on this puzzle have also faced unusual circumstances. At least 3 individuals with direct knowledge of the project have either died under mysterious circumstances or been silenced through legal means. One such case involves a whistleblower who claimed to have information about potential safety issues in the OTEC design. Shortly after coming forward, they were slapped with a gag order and threats of a lawsuit, effectively suppressing their testimony. Furthermore, it is worth noting that Dr. Westress himself was no stranger to controversy. Before his involvement with the Ocean Thermal Reactor project, he had been associated with another classified experiment funded by DARPA, the agency responsible for developing emerging technologies for military use. Although details about this earlier venture remain scant, its existence raises questions about whether Dr. Westress's work in Narragansett might have had dual-use applications, making its suppression all the more critical for national security reasons. As we sift through the fragments of information available to us, it becomes increasingly clear that there is much more to this story than meets the eye. The strange tale of Dr. Westress and his ocean thermal reactor serves as a stark reminder of the untold stories that lie beneath the surface of our collective memory. While we may never uncover the full truth, the quest for answers continues, fueled by the genuine mystery that surrounds this fascinating episode in scientific history. 40 years have passed since that fateful day in March of 1982 when Dr. Westress's ocean thermal reactor was unceremoniously buried beneath the sands of Rhode Island's Scarborough State Beach. The true nature and purpose of his experiment remain shrouded in mystery, leaving a trail of unanswered questions that have captivated researchers and historians alike. Today, Scarborough State Beach serves as a popular summer destination for families across the region, with its pristine shoreline and crystal-clear waters drawing thousands of visitors each year. Few who stroll along this picturesque beach are aware of the strange subterranean secrets that lie hidden beneath their feet. Despite numerous attempts to uncover the truth about Dr. Westress's project, many crucial documents and records remain classified or inexplicably missing. The Department of Energy, once responsible for overseeing the ocean thermal reactor experiment, now denies any knowledge of its existence. Similarly, the National Security Agency insists that it played no role in the suppression of information related to the project. Yet, persistent investigators have uncovered intriguing clues that suggest otherwise. In 2016, a trove of once classified documents was discovered at the National Archives, shedding new light on previously unknown aspects of the ocean thermal reactor experiment. Among these findings were memos detailing the involvement of both the DOE and NSA in monitoring Dr. Westress's activities. Additionally, reports from the Central Intelligence Agency revealed that foreign intelligence services had expressed interest in the project, raising further questions about its true nature and purpose. The most tantalizing piece of evidence to emerge from these documents is a single photograph taken during the initial phases of construction at Scarborough State Beach. In it, a group of unidentified men stand near a large cylindrical object, partially obscured by shadows. While the image offers few concrete answers, some experts believe that this mysterious device may hold the key to understanding Dr. Westress's work. Despite these intriguing discoveries, many questions surrounding the ocean thermal reactor experiment remain unanswered. Why was the project buried and forgotten? What secrets did it hold, and who stood to gain from its suppression? As time passes, the likelihood of finding definitive answers grows increasingly slim. Yet, the story of Dr. finding definitive answers grows increasingly slim. Westress and his enigmatic invention continues to haunt the annals of American scientific history. Like a specter lurking in the shadows, it serves as a constant reminder that there are hidden truths waiting to be uncovered. Secrets buried deep beneath the sands of time, perhaps forever lost to the tides of history. As we stand at the edge of this vast and mysterious ocean of knowledge, we cannot help but wonder what other strange and wondrous discoveries lie hidden just beyond our reach. And so, with a sense of wonder and trepidation, we continue our quest for answers, knowing that the truth may forever elude us, a tantalizing enigma that beckons us to dive deeper into the unknown. And so, dear viewer, as you join us on this journey through the hidden byways of scientific history, we ask you, what other secrets lie buried beneath the sands of time? What untold stories await discovery in the shadows of our collective memory? The search for answers continues, and the truth may yet prove more strange and extraordinary than we ever dared to imagine.